Hello everybody, it's Diorama Don here. Some weeks ago I made a Nissen Hut. I made it very quickly because and because I had some of this corrugated card lying around, I thought I'd utilize it. So that was my first first attempt at a Nissen Hut. And I knew when I'd made it, it wasn't that good. Not really. Not really up to my standard, or that's how I perceived it. So I always knew that I'd make a better one at some stage. So here is the better version of a Nissen Hut. So we've got the rusted corrugated sheets all around the building as the roof, the side windows there, and a brick front to the building. Some were more permanent than others, so they would put a brick front, and it's set up on a concrete base to eliminate any rising damp. So that's what I came up with. So let's go back to the beginning and see how I made it. So I used 3mm cardboard for the construction. It's good and sturdy. 2mm is just that little bit too thin. 3mm is just about right for this kind of thing. So cut your base. So however wide or however deep you want your Nissen Hut to be, then you'll need to cut out the shape that you want at the front. Generally it's a door with two windows either side. Most Nissen Huts are that design. So we need one at the front and one at the back, like that, and then in the middle there'll be 3 more supports like that. And then to support those supports, there will be these fins that will go in between there. Oh, can you see? It'll be like that. Difficult to do with 2 hands. So there'll be a fin there, and one there, and one there, and one at the back, and then these shorter ones there as well, or at every gap between these semicircles. So it will make a grid, if you like, then of to make that semicircle, to give it a good base for when I put the roof on, which will be 2mm cardboard, because that's easily bent. We can bend that to the right shape. So when that's on, it will look like that, which will make it look immediately like a Nissen Hut. Okay, but first I'm going to have to put the windows and doors in, because they will be put in from behind, and once the roof and the back is on, I won't be able to get in at it. And also some Nissen Huts were, rather than being a temporary thing, they were built as a more permanent structure, and the front was brick. So I'm going to use my little tiny bricks that I make. There are videos that show you how I make these bricks. So I'll brick the front, put the mortar between the bricks, put the window and the door in, and then I can assemble the whole thing. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I will be back presently. So I put my small bricks on the end of the Nissen Hut. I put a framework of 2mm card all the way around the windows and the door. Then put my bricks on. They look okay. with yet another semicircle, just 2mm card this time, because it's easier to cut the windows out of 2mm cardboard. Cut the windows and the door. The door is just carved slats, that's all. And I've glazed the windows with see-through acetate plastic sheet, just a couple of small pieces. That will then sit behind there, like so. So that will give me my doors and door and windows. That in turn then will stick on the end of the Nissen Hut, like so. And this is what I've done to strengthen the actual top, when that goes on. It may not necessarily, or it may not be necessary to put these fins in. These 4 semicircles may be enough to support the roof, but it does make it a much more stronger thing. So I should put the front on like so, and then the thinner 2mm cardboard can sit on top like that. Then I can start to put my corrugated sheeting on the top. There will be 2, I don't know, dormer windows, would you call them, either side, two either side, 4 windows. As many of the Nissen Huts did have those side windows on. So I'll put all this together, and then we'll come back and see how we get on then. Okay, so fully assembled now. We've got the front of the Nissen Hut there. I'll put the top on. I just super glued, no, hot glued all the way along one edge, and stuck that, and then just furled the cardboard over, and then did the same at the other end. So it's only glued on the sides at the bottom there, that's all. But I think you could actually stand on that. If you wanted to stand on it, you could. I'm not going to though. So it's very, very solid construction now. So what we need now are the windows on the side. So I've made them. This section is easy enough because we know what that radius is. It's the same radius that we made the actual construction of the building. So given that same radius, I was able to cut those, and then with the windows having to be 90 degrees to the ground, it was a case of fitting them on and then marking out what the 90-degree angle was, and then put like a roof on top. It got a little bit more complicated than I anticipated, but they will sit on the sides there, on both sides, like that. I've glazed them. I haven't put any window framing, but they've got their plastic glass in there. So I will put those on, and then I can put my panels of corrugated metal, if you like, all the way around. My previous video showed how I do this. So I paint it, well, the last time I painted with burnt sienna, but actually the last time I used burnt umber, but this time I used burnt sienna, which is a better colour to use, to be honest. So paint it all in burnt sienna, and before the paint can dry, so immediately you've painted it, then give it a quick, well, not even a spray, just a squib. That's all. You just need the very slightest amount of silver spray, just a car touch-up silver spray, and it reacts with the acrylic paint to give it like a glazed, I don't know if glazed is the right word, but to give it a corrugated sheet look, really. I mean, that's as good a sheet of rusting corrugated sheet. So I've cut all those out, and I'll start to put those all along the roof of the Nissen Hut. I've also made a base for it, so it will sit on a base like that, which will look like a concrete base that it's sitting on, which some Nissen Huts were, to avoid rising damp, I believe. But that will sit on there like that, and that will, apart from some steps at the front there to get up to the front door, that will be it. So I'm out of breath now. I will go ahead, put my windows on, and put my oh dear, galvanized corrugated tin roof. I should have written it down. Okay, that's what they are. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I will be back presently. So I've completed the whole job now. Got my tin roof on. They look okay. I put the sections of roof over the top of the windows as well, so they're okay. I redid the front a little bit, some black wash over the bricks, and then a white dry brushing over the window frames and door frame and steps there. So that's basically the end result. So I rather think it's it's a bit better than the first one I made. Well, I like this one better anyway. Okay, so there we are, one Nissen Hut. Thank you very much if you've watched the video all the way through. And again, click that subscribe button. You know it makes sense. So I'll see you in the next video, which will be a very exciting project. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it yet, but in the next 2 or 3 days it should be up. So again, happy modelling to everyone, and I'll see you again soon.